I was like, okay, once these variations and people are gonna like it and they're gonna buy back.
I'm not.
Okay.
See, Dylan is.
Jason, you're muted.
Hello, everybody.
Here we go.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good morning.
These numbers are dwindling, and I want to know why. Why? I would have thought more and more people would be on to getting the hottest news and the best news out there. What's going on?
The depression. I think the depression in the cycle is just getting to people.
Yeah, unfortunately, depression should be where you're educating and learning.
Yeah,
and
exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Got it.
And just remember, you can trade the market to the opposite way too. So if the market's trending to the downside, you can trade to the downside, and it doesn't have to be leverage.
Here we go, boys. The alarms are going off. How's this pump? Can you see this?
Oh,
yep.
Yes, I can see it.
Let's go.
As well.
Oh wow. Okay.
There we go.
That's a good way to open the show.
that?
And obviously, but Jackson Hall's going well because what's the stock market?
I'm hopefully still in some of these positions.
I got stopped. I got stopped on the blues.
We fired up and we green. Okay, let's see. We got to get BTC to hold this thing. Okay, guys, let's sure, that's one way to start. So is he talking now, Craig? Is
4 o'clock? Let me just
4 o'clock.
Exact. I'll tell you right now. It was at 4:05. So he's literally 10 minutes ago. So maybe someone needs to keep an eye on the stock market, and maybe one of the mods wants to just keep an ear on. I don't know where you find his speech, but whatever he's saying.
Yeah, guys, and if you're seeing anything in the chats, just drop it in there. So some of our assumptions were that they were selling off everything yesterday in anticipation for the fear and whatever's going to be happening today. So let's see. BTC's just popped straight into resistance now. So now's the real test, actually. The bears are stepping in here. They're shorting this resistance. Now we're going to see if these bulls are going to hold this break of trend. Jay's been watching BTC all day. I know he's been scalping. He was looking for shorts. So I'm very excited to hear what he's in or what his plan is here. Were you expecting this, Jay?
Yeah, you can't really trade the news. The market was telling me that we could possibly be going down, and I'll show you the reason why. It's not necessarily Bitcoin, but stock market. So let us just have a look here. Let me just go on to.
Can Kim just confirm?
Just remember remember the minutes. What he's going to say has already come out 5 minutes before he says so.
No, this is a live talk, eh?
Yeah, but it's already come out.
Okay. Can Kim just confirm that the YouTube is live? I'm getting messages that the YouTube is not live. Or can someone confirm if you're on this call and you're watching both?
Okay, let's go directly and have a look at the drivers of the stock market and of the crypto market, which is the 10-year yield. And 10-year yield is gap down. You see there? This will be on the 2-hour here. We've got a reversal candle here. It's engulfing. You can see it's engulfing, but it has come up slightly. But it is bearish, which is good. And the DXY has also got a bearish candle to the downside. So if we carry on trending down in both, it'll be very positive for both stock and for crypto market. So we need to keep an eye on 10-year yield and on the DXY. We go and have a look at the S&P 500, and we go back to yesterday. Yesterday we got rejected at 4460, broke down quite a bit. It came all the way down to 4375. And if we have a look now, we have had a gap up earlier today, and you can see where it's got rejected. It's got rejected at the previous trend line. That is coming from the middle of, or the 18th of August, where we've had multiple touches and where we broke through yesterday. So it's coming up to retest, and you can see that previous support trend line is now actually at resistance at 4415. We have got currently an indecision candle on the 30-minute where the body of the candle is in the middle. So we have to reclaim this 4415, get above this previous support line in order to see more upside. So that's pretty much what's happening. And then if we go look at back to Bitcoin again and just have a look at Bitcoin, similar picture as Dylan's indicated. Yesterday we came down from a high up here at 26,600 where we got rejected. We have broken back into this range that we have been spending quite a bit of time going back also to around about the 18th of August. We have come back into that range where we've got a resistance now at 26,300, and we got obviously that support range further down that's going all the way down to sort of 25,400. So for now, yeah, not too bullish until we have reclaimed that 26,300. So
Yeah, agree.
yeah. So guys, just to put on higher time frames, and I'm just pointing out scenarios if we do break out of this range, whether it's to the upside or to the downside. To the upside, above 20, reclaim with 26,300 as support. Next resistance at 26,600, and then more importantly, there's a major resistance up here at around about 27,300, going up to 27,500. The 382 fib is also up in this area at about 27,400, somewhere around there. So that is major resistance to the upside. Then to the downside, I would imagine besides the wick that we had down on the 17th of August, that low there of 25,200, and then we got another important level that we got to on the 14th of June at a bit lower, 24,850. So those are important support lines a bit lower. But keep an eye, we're in a tight range. Let's see what happens with price action. Ethereum, pretty similar picture. This 1650 has been acting as support over the last 2 days. Well, a bit further than that, going up to the 23rd of August, pretty much been acting as support. We did attempt to break through this 1700 on the 23rd of August, got rejected, and once again come down into the support area. So to the upside, we've got the 1700 as resistance, and I would imagine 1750 would be the next area of resistance up here at 1750. And then to the above that, we've got the 1800 level, and we've also got the I think it's is it the yellow, the weekly, yeah, the daily. So we've got the daily 200 moving average up here that would be acting as resistance. Okay, to the downside, we got the weekly 200 moving average, which is this white line that's currently acting as support also. And then below that, that 1600 level also acting as support, a bit lower. Okay, just let me look at total. Acting in a very tight range between sort of 1.023 trillion going up to 1042. Very tight range at the moment. We have to see, once it breaks out to this range to the downside, next support is going to be at 1 trillion. If we break above 1042 and that starts acting as support, next target would be up here at 107 trillion as the next resistance. And then above that, we got the daily and the weekly 200 moving average a bit higher at about 1.09 and 1.10. So everything's really in a tight range at the moment. We have to see some sort of break out of this range to get a bit, better direction. Dominance, also 40 on this 49%, holding as support. a break to the downside, that would be bullish for altcoins as cash flows out of Bitcoin and goes into the altcoins. Next support will be at 48%, and you can see that the 200 moving average now on the daily is down here. That will be acting as support also. And if we go to higher time frames, we can see 48% has also got a bit of a support level. To the upside, 50% is next resistance, and then up to 51 and 53. And then also we got the 200 moving average coming down here on the weekly, and that is sitting at almost at 52% too. So quite a bit of resistance to the upside. That's pretty much it, Dylan.
God, Jay, do you remember, like, I mean, we're getting excited, like BTC moves 0.5%, and we're getting excited here. We're getting so desperate,
Yeah.
looking for some action. I mean, it's so frustrating. Guys, it's not always like this. If you're new to trading, I promise you, these are some of the toughest conditions we've ever experienced. It's just like, it's actually brutal at the moment. So don't feel like you're doing anything wrong. You just got to carry on. You stick to your system, hang here with us. You'll see how we operate. You'll see what we're doing. Formulate your own system and just stick to it and be patient. It will come. It will come. I can
Yeah.
assure you it will come. These conditions are just so intense.
And just keep yourself
Absolutely.
practicing with trades. Take scalp small profits, tight stop losses, and just keep the practice running, you know. Did you see the Runny Rye there said breaking Fitch, that Jerome Powell says inflation is still too high and warns more interest rates to come. So we kind of,
Oh, well, there we go. It's over.
That's why we had the spike and then the dump.
Okay, so Dixie's pushing up here. After that, you can see there, we're moving up now. This candle that we thought would be break to the downside is actually reversed on the 30-minute, now pushing up. So
yeah, I mean, it's crazy, yeah, how these
So-
comments.
a dollar that's strengthening is not good for the markets because now becoming risk off as cash flows back into the US dollar.
Okay, and where does that leave us with altcoins?
Red.
These things that break our hearts and also make us so happy. Let me
I don't know if there's anyone that's here on the call. Maybe I just want to comment in the chat. I spoke. Anyone took it, but I mean, we did pretty well there. It's holding nicely and growing nicely. So I don't know if anyone took it at the time, but we had a bit of a dip off after that, but a significant pump. Hey?
So I think we should open here with Bruce. We have some questions. Tomo dumped how much percent?
Holy cow. Well, over the last couple days,
20%.
35,
Can you take
35.18.
us through it, Bruce?
Yeah.
Okay, will you show us what's going on? Because I'm looking at this level. I think we're nearly at a buy zone, and maybe
I
you can
agree.
confirm for us.
I agree. So hang on one sec. Yeah, let me share. So this was the last chart I posted, was here. We thought there was a trend line here. We originally thought that was going to hold. That blew out. We then thought maybe it would hold this level, and it didn't even blink twice. And frankly, looking in retrospect, that was a perfect short setup. Right there. You can see it, right? And then this surprised us. On the chart I put up, I marked this as a minor level, because there's not much, really, it's kind of some support there, but not much. But this level down here was pretty solid, going back quite a ways. So I agree. I think we reached support. We dipped under it. I was trying to actually, let me zoom in just, I'm in 15 minutes. I was actually trying to get in a reactive long last night, and it just wasn't buying it. It just kept on consolidating down here and spiking down. But the kind of the best I can give you is that the shape it's making right now is it's starting to just kind of round out. You draw it. I just noticed it's starting to do that. I got a trend line right over there. I'm going to wait for it to basically break above that trend line, show that this now is support, and then going for long. But my trust is eroded in my friend, so we're gonna have to wait to confirm that actually is true, because it could just as easily in my mind, based it's on a trend will continue until it doesn't, and this little trend right here could easily just keep on wiggling down a little bit. But I'm waiting for the confirmation it's going to turn around. I kind of think we're there, but I haven't been proven to be correct yet on that. That's it. It was a hell of a drop. Watching the hourly candle move in real time, that's a trip.
Bill, we need to look at Pippi after the show today and see what's happening there.
Yeah, this last drop was 23% in a blink of an eye. So yeah.
Sorry, guys, I got booted off and booted back on. And
yeah, Dylan, you said right before we came on, you said you were buying Tomo now. You talking about spot?
I bought a let's say it's probably a 25% size. So
Okay.
I was actually eyeing it a bit lower. There's a massive order block and the 200-day MA just a little bit lower. But so I was saying to Craig, I'm buying a small bit now. I'm waiting. I'm actually expecting lower. If it doesn't go lower, I'm going to buy that break of trend that you've got there to add to my position. So that's my plan.
That break of trend is high up, though. Where's that break of trend from where we are now? It's very high up. It'd be great.
Oh no, I'm talking about the big one. All right, so you're talking about this order block right there.
And there's a 200-day MA there as well.
Yeah, that it's spiked into. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm talking about this little trend right there.
Yeah. So I'll buy that trend break.
I'm tracking this move, and if it breaks above that, it's going to show that that's starting to go back up. So I'm not talking about this one. That actually would be my long target. Would be intersection right there.
Yeah. So Craig, I'm talking about this little mini trend break.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just not used to you looking at mini trends.
Guys, I had to put on my scalping hat for this tournament. I'm looking at 15-minute candles and stuff these days. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, you're coming over to the dark side.
I mean, I'm glued to my phone for the last 3 weeks. I've been glued to my phone looking at levels on 5 minutes, 15 minutes.
Really?
I had to. I've been scalping for this tournament. Yeah. So it's been tricky. It's been very time consuming.
Yep.
Is this what it's like to stay in the top 100?
So I am back in the top 100 after getting blown away 2 days ago. When was it? Yesterday. With those stops. Jeez, I took some blows. But I'm okay. I've been scalping today. I'm back in the zone. If things turn green, I think I'm going to get a top 20. If things turn south, well, I'll see you at about level 500.
Exactly.
So we'll see. So okay, so Bruce, if I had to zoom out on my normal sort of time frame, like a day and stuff, I like this area. Fundamentally, I know there's some connection between Tomo and Binance. We know there's shenanigans at Binance with TUSD. We've got them buying BNB. They're selling BTC to buy BNB. What are they doing with Tomo? We know they make money out of Tomo somehow. Maybe Jackie knows a little bit more about this connection or this link. So just be careful. There might be a reason they sold this thing.
I went looking for news yesterday, trying to figure out whether there was a reason for this, and the only thing I saw was apparently some whale sold a lot of it, and the volume was low enough that it basically triggered this cascade. I searched all over Twitter and everywhere and found nothing of value except
a lot of whales offloading. It was the same as on roll, but there was a massive whale that offloaded on roll, but I think I got out yesterday, but it's certainly pumped nasty since then. It's gone just nasty on the way back up.
So I'm just in closing on this Tomo situation, Bruce. It's 32% pump to the next resistance zone.
Yep.
So
that's not
the risk reward on this thing is pretty good.
Huge. I'm with you on that.
So guys, keep it on your watch list. Maybe grab a small size. You can see quite clearly where your exit points are. It's not a very difficult setup.
No.
Easy exit, low lev, small position, big move. You know, you don't need to go massive size here. Just play it cool and just keep your eyes on it.
Yeah. So you're just go back to what you thought. You thought it might leak lower back into this order block. To pick up
So my
liquidity,
strategy on
and then
this
power
was
from
to
there.
make sure I wanted to make sure I was in case it runs. If it drops, I'm going to just buy a little bit lower down, and I believe it's going to turn at that massive area down there. If not, well, then it's stop time.
That sounds about right to me. About right to me.
Bruce, thanks for that.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
guys, we've got some random altcoins for you again. Let me get some up here. So again, it's altcoins I've been looking at. It's a mix. I've been updating the Discord. This is optimism. I did share it on the Discord earlier. I actually had an alarm on it. So if you're on the Discord, you would have got your alarm just now. Hopefully it's worked. I don't know if anyone else got their alarm, guys, but it pinged on this 382. So you would have got your signal that it was in a critical area. Whether that's a buy or a sell, you need to make that call. I'm not going to make it for you, but it dropped onto a nice level. So, you know, we ping you in these areas so that you can say, okay, cool, it's in a nice area now. Now I can make a decision as to how I want to play this. So we've got the bounce on optimism on the 382. Let's see how it plays out. But right now, this is now confirmed as a support zone. So we watch it 1.47. Sort of that level is your support to watch. If not, we're going to just melt down into the trend, onto the 618, and you're just going to have to play this area by area. Here's fetch. I've got an alarm set on fetch. So basically what I'm trying to say here is we can track this trend up. If we lose this trend, obviously things turn a little bit bearish. It's kind of mid-range, as you can see. So we've got this sort of region here that's been a problem for fetch. So a lot of action at the top, a lot of action down here. If we break up, it could be quite nice. It could be a nice move up there. If we start losing this trend at this resistance zone, guys, this might actually give you a nice short opportunity. Okay, so you can see we're pushing into resistance here. If this trend starts melting off and we start turning down, you might get a move down to 1.7. So that could be a nice one. Okay, render, a little bit of a scalp today for me. Let's see how this plays out. It's a little bit early, this break of this wedge. I was actually expecting it to reject and come lower. I like this. I like this sort of move. That was kind of my ideal situation. But yeah, we got the break. It's retested here now, and it's all up to Joe Powell and what he has to say now this afternoon. If things go south, well, we're back in this wedge and we're coming down. I'd say to this 1.4 level.
10-year yield, sorry, Dylan, update, 10-year
Yeah.
yield and Dixie are pushing up, huh?
Yeah, so guys, that's not good. Well, it's not good for what we're trying to do here, which is be long right now. But it's good for FET if you want to be short. Okay, so you getting this negative news coming out and FET is sitting at resistance. Well, you can do the maths on that one. Okay, you saw BTC push into resistance. He starts talking badly, rejection. Here it comes down. So we're going to keep our eyes on these areas. 25,800. Oh, I've just lost my browser. You see, guys, I got this Mac and I still got tech issues. Now what do we do?
I'm beginning to wonder now, is it the computer or you?
My browser just turned off. It just
no, it's that mouse. You're gonna have to go change that mouse.
Yeah, I told you when you
this is hilarious. Okay. Okay, I'm reloading it. Here it comes. Okay, there it is. So we had BTC in front of us. So let me pull that BTC up again. Yeah, it seems to have wiped my chart. It's perfect. Let's see another one. Are you guys still there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I lost that chart that I was showing you. It seems to have wiped it. Very exciting. Okay, so we are looking for those regions again. Let's pull these fibs again and just make sure we know where they are. Okay, there's our 618, and we know we got our 382 resistance, and we've got our 786 lower down. So this is actually a good way you guys can see how I mark out charts. The 786 ties in there with some kind of support. It's not major, but you can see there's a couple of touches there on the 1 hour, so it's something to take note of. We'll mark it green for a support region. Then we've got this zone here. You can see quite clearly why I think it's a support region. And then we've got resistance higher up, and you can see why it's resistance. It keeps rejecting there, and they keep selling every time it goes there. Okay, so these are the areas we watch. We keep it very simple, very basic. And now we're going to look for bounces. Is David Deere here? I got a suspicion we're going to get one of these SFPs today, and he might be the
He's
perfect
on his
guy
way.
to take us through it.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
here.
so hopefully David will take us through it if the wheels start coming
Please.
off here on BTC. There's a little trend that we can look at there. And then we also have this trend up here, which you can see a
Yeah,
complete
looks like we're
fake
starting
out
to
projection.
lose,
at
looks like we're
resistance.
starting to lose momentum there.
Yeah. So there's some selling. Guys, update us in the chat there if anyone's watching the speech or listening to what's going on.
10-year yield's a problem, Roger.
Okay.
Almost up 1%.
So Jay, you're obviously in a short. You've
I'm in a
always been
short.
called cool. On
What
Sol.
are you shorting? Tell us. We need to know.
You know what I'm
So-
shorting?
Which
Sol.
one? Is it
Oh.
Sol again?
Yeah.
You don't like Sol, eh? You want to see that thing at zero.
Well, we've just dropped the 200-day, hey? So I don't know about just, but we've dropped it.
So
Yeah,
remember, in these type of situations, they like to obviously let us sweat a bit. Close our positions, panic, that sort of thing. Look, this Dixie is having a bit of a fight up here for now. Let's see if this Dixie starts blowing through this area. I'd say we got a few problems on our hands.
It's going to look like a bit of a shorting period. We need updates on the talk in the chat, please.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
hawkish
so-
speech, saying they have more work to do. They're looking at 2%, not 3%. Okay, so yeah,
But
it's
that's
coming
not
down.
new news, is it?
No, but I think people have been expecting them to pause until next year, and now it looks, what I'm reading on the research group is no. Actually, I should keep an eye on the research group, shouldn't I?
What I'm really worried about is that we're going into the weekend, and if this negative sentiment hangs around over the next 2 days, we could have problems over the weekend, possibly.
Well, Jay, yeah, by the looks of it, you better hold that short.
Yeah.
Let's see how BTC reacts at these support zones. Let's see how we go here. Dave, what are you planning at the moment? I know you watching this closely.
Yeah, I'm just watching it closely.
Well, more than that, David, you said you got stopped, pulled over, I'm assuming by the cops.
Yes, I got pulled over.
And?
So somebody stole my temporary registration or whatever. And so he's like,
South
well,
Africa, my friend.
he's like, where's your tag? So I had to show him. The guy literally cut it out. But all is good. So. But I had
Paul's speaking, so they're waiting for the next guy. Sorry, I'll just keep interjecting as I see.
Let's do Peppy. So, yeah, let's just talk through this Peppy thing. I mean, I don't understand the fundamental situation other than half of the dev team have left. They changed the way that you can access the tokens. They changed the security on it. They made it a little bit less secure. It started to smell like a rug. I don't think there's been a statement yet on Peppy. I think if they come out with a positive statement, this thing's going to pump. If they come out and they say, oh, no, everything's fine, we're carrying on, everything's secure, this thing's going to rip. It's going to rip right back to where it was. But they need to say something soon. So if there's any updates in there as to what they're talking about on Peppy, you can see why it bounced here. Trend and horizontal. So it was quite a strong bounce, but to hold now, they need to come out and say something. Otherwise, this thing's going to melt away. Especially now, if exchanges start talking and they start saying, well, we're going to delist Pepe or whatever the story is. So it could be an opportunity to short strength on it. So if we get a nice bounce, could be an opportunity. SNX, just another example for you guys, holding the support for now. Yeah, depends how sour things turn at BTC, but could expect something like that at the very least if things start melting down. Otherwise, we're coming down here. So 786 for me is still in charge for now. Okay. How's Tomo looking there, Bruce?
It's
Shortish.
I'm on the 5 minute, and it's just in a wedge. It's coming right to the tip of the wedge before breaking. Hasn't broken through yet.
Yeah, but notice on the 5 minute, all those up wicks, they always scare me,
Yep.
Bruce. Because
Yep,
up projected,
I'm with
gets
you.
up projected, gets up projected at 106.25.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so guys, you can see why Jay is short Solana.
Yeah.
And these charts are on the Discord. I have put an alarm here again. So you should get that alarm whenever it hits these resistance zones. So I've done it on a few of the charts. And some of them have support zones in as well for you to watch. So again, just a simple, quite a simple play. You push up into resistance, you look for that rejection. And now the news might play into his hands here. We could see a test of this lower trendy, 18.7. So let's see, 618 is support until proven otherwise. So one eye on Bitcoin, one eye on Joe Powell, and one eye on the 618 for now.
1830 sounds good to me, bud.
1830, is that enough profit for you, Joe?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Rune. So yeah, a little fake out for Rune. We were saying earlier the 618 is an issue. In fact, we're seeing this so much these days, guys, and we actually need to get stronger awareness of this. In these bearish conditions, a lot of these breakouts are just pure fake outs into horizontal or a fib and a nice big rejection. And this is exactly what's happened here with Rune. It's just in this downtrend anyway. We've got a level down here that still really needs to be checked. It turned a little bit early. This is the area you want to look at. And then we got the 200-day over here. So again, just let it come back. Let's see where it settles. If it comes into this zone and things are looking okay with BTC and BTC's reversing, probably worth a look if you want to take the bounce. And then this area, well, there's going to be a couple of resistance zones to look out for. We're going to have this horizontal to deal with there. And you've got this guy, and you've got higher up the 618. So let things settle a little bit, yeah. I had a whole list of tokens out and ready for you guys, and now they just got turned off. Lena could be an interesting one.
Yeah.
I know Dave likes this one too. I've got it, but there's a few areas to watch. And I think the main one was actually this lowest one. Let's see where these order blocks are. I mean, this could be really good. We could get a meltdown here, and we could get some buys like on this session. We could get some proper melt-up buys here if these things collapse. There was a decent size order block, I think. Yeah, it must have been that daily one. But anyway, these are bounce areas to look at. So you'd expect your reaction. If we lose this area, you'd expect something to happen there. You'd expect something to happen here. You can see why there was strong sort of V-shaped recoveries here every time. So it's definitely something to look for. There's no reason why you shouldn't get some kind of reaction here. That's a little one, 4.7. This one's slightly better, 7%. So that could be a fun one if you get a move into that zone.
But there's some positive news coming out here. So Evergrande applies to resume trading on August the 28th. So Monday. That's very positive.
Okay.
So
they filed for bankruptcy and now they're back.
They're insolvent, not bankrupt.
Okay. Okay, so theta, yeah, there's a few of these alts that look like this. We're just sitting on a trend, so maybe you're going to get a buy here. Maybe it's going to push up. Otherwise, we're going to lose it, and we're going to come back down. Still haven't tested the wick here. We saw the wick test on Phantom, AVAX, a lot of the others. A lot of them have lost those lows. Theta's actually held quite nicely.
Below 55, we're looking at between 38 and 40. That's quite scary.
I've got a limit order buy at 40. Let me see here about this thing. You never know. One night in your sleep,
Mm-hmm.
you can get it. You'll be sleeping and you'll wake up the next day and this thing's hit 40, but they're trading at 50.
And it's carried on down to 20.
Don't ruin my story, Jay. Yeah, it's like you put an order in your sleep and you wake up and you liquidate it.
Like a wet blanket. Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're ruining my vibe here, Jay. But this is why I like this 40 region. This is the weekly chart. So when you see candles like this on the weekly, you know it's like a nice reaction zone. So yeah, this is the type of thing that happens in the dead of the night, while you're sleeping and when you least expect it, and they come down very hard and then they send it back up.
Yeah.
It could be nice.
We'll keep an eye on link there. I don't know if you went through it, but we just above an order block, which looks quite interesting point to me. I mean, it really also has been. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at Rune. I'm thinking it's link and it's Rune.
You want to look at Rune or Link?
No. It was Rune. Sorry.
Rune, okay.
Sorry, but you've done Rune. You've
Well,
done
Rune.
Rune. You've done Rune. Let me go back to link. Sorry.
Well, let's deal with Link. Link's probably not a bad one. I don't know.
If you look at
What does anyone know what happened with Link? These guys came and they just sold the shit out of it. Like worse than a lot of these tokens. They pumped it and they completely dumped it. I mean, it's ridiculous. I was loving the support. I was loving this, guys. I bought the support. I bought the support with conviction. So that was very irritating. So that was a nice cheap stop for me.
and there's an order block on link, but it's on the hourly order block that's just below us now. I mean, but and it's to be relatively tight stop loss. But I mean, this thing has been so trashed.
I mean, it's nearly at the bottom of the 1 hour Lux Algo buy zone here as well.
Mm-hmm.
This thing has been smashed.
No, I don't know what's going on there.
Look, well, this is an order block. It's a 43% order block. At some point, they do stop selling Link. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I mean, a
ridiculous what they've done
43%.
here.
What time frame are you on there? 1 hour.
1 hour, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big order block, eh? And you're going into
So I'm looking forward to Simon coming back so he can explain this stuff to you guys. But there's the first X. So here was the cell printed.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the first X. If we get another X print here, then this thing should start turning. And then we should get that move. But again, we need BTC to come to the party here. I mean, this is ridiculous. It must stop this now. Okay, Dave, are you watching this? Are we getting SFP here, or are we waiting for lower?
Just waiting for lower US markets. I mean,
Turn
it could go
down.
lower. Yeah,
They were up this morning and they're in the red now.
they
across the
love to
board.
sell it.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, yeah, I don't want to make too many predictions here, but I don't think we're gonna. If we lose this wick, it's only gonna be a little bit, and then we're gonna get a buy opportunity down here. What are you thinking, Dave?
Yeah, we just got to be patient. Yeah, I'd like to see it go lower. A small reaction, maybe
Lower
at the
than this?
786. No, maybe a reaction off the
Oh, yeah.
786. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then back test the trend line.
Look, we have
Okay.
seen strong BTC reactions off the 786 before, so it wouldn't be a surprise.
Yeah.
Shall we get our buys ready?
See, Bitcoin just keeps dipping off now. So
Yeah.
it's like the same scenario as yesterday. So, you know, we're all sitting looking at these things,
ridiculous.
but yeah, they ain't.
Guys, I'm gonna climb off. Have a great
Jay,
Happy
have a good
birthday.
weekend.
Happy birthday to
Take care,
your
Jay.
Good weekend, sir.
granddaughter, and Dylan, happy birthday for tomorrow as well.
Yes, happy
Yeah.
birthday, Dylan.
Happy birthday. Wow.
Have a great weekend.
Take care,
So
Jay.
enjoy. Bill, don't tell me your mic.
He just went black too. His screen.
Oh
dear.
I swear, Jill, it's gotta be you
I'm
now.
getting-
It's
There
not,
we go. There
it's
we
not
go.
the
We're
50
back.
grand computer anymore. It's you.
I'm getting a message saying my internet connection is unstable. I mean, I don't know. I'm
you
using
have
a
a cable
wired
plugged in?
internet here. Yeah, plugged in.
Wait. Wait. Lots of birthday messages there for you, bud. Yeah, look at that SPX since Powell's speech.
Yeah,
But
Dow
he's
down
finished speaking
52
and
on that.
it's someone else now.
New internet for Dylan's birthday.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can give you guys a BNB update. I'm currently in a trade right now.
Long or short?
Long.
Be careful. I'd be careful of any longs right now with Bitcoin dropping like that. So those of you need to have your stop losses protected.
Yeah.
Once
Oh,
you
yeah,
go
Yeah,
for these
BNB
other
hasn't
alts,
really
just follow through.
responded to to Bitcoin's drop right now. It's in the same sort of area that it was.
Yeah, no, most other alts are as well. I mean, I'm looking at Brazil and Tomo, and they're both kind of holding, but it doesn't hold
Yeah.
for too long if Bitcoin decides to just drop. I mean, it's dropped. It's making lower lows now from it was making higher lows, now it's making lower lows.
Well,
Jackie,
have a
where
look
did
at the ETH BTC chart. It's still,
Tankin.
yeah, but no, ETH is performing better than Bitcoin.
These
Yeah,
alts
but
are holding, eh?
Yeah, they're holding
The
with
alts are
Bitcoin.
holding, but if you look at ETH straight, you look at Bitcoin straight, they're starting to
They're
make
both
lower
going.
lows now. So
Yeah.
I would be suggesting anyone in longs, you need to secure your stop losses, guys.
Yeah.
Dave,
Yeah,
do you
that's the
like
only
this?
reason.
Huh?
So I don't.
Dave, do you like this move here?
On Bitcoin?
Yeah. Or do you want more? I see it's
I
pushing
mean,
up quite nicely.
It looks like we potentially could, but man, it's just with this news that just came out. I don't know.
No,
can't
it's all following the stock market.
Can't really say.
Yeah.
Now, Bruce, now we're testing your theory. I see Light Painter said it here. Is Tomo going to act contra Bitcoin?
It's funny. I was just thinking the same thing. It is sitting there pushing up against the
Yeah.
Upper-
It is.
upper
Yeah,
line
well,
right
up.
there and keeps trying to
Yeah.
break through.
Uh-huh.
And I think Bitcoin falls off. Maybe it'll give it a reason to be contrarian. Let's see.
Tomo's time to shine, Bruce. Bruce, this is
Trying.
your moment.
Yeah, well,
We're going in
I'll be
big
patient.
here on Tomo, eh? Big
yeah.
league.
I'm actually on the I'm watching this closely on the 5 minute, but when it wicked to the bottom of that
Yeah.
wedge, I bought in also. So I'm up like 5%. Just gonna wait for it to break and then fill the next part of the order.
Yeah, I think
And it does.
Abhinay Ramanan has got the right thing. Stop trading for a while. Let BTC sort itself out. He said let BTC range, but yeah, let BTC sort itself out.
Yeah, I mean, just look what they're doing to people. They're sending it
Yeah.
up here, and then they're sending it all the way back down.
Yeah.
It's like an absolute minefield at the moment.
But it was like that Dow candle yesterday. I mean, as the market opened, it had this big surge and then just
Yeah.
whack. So I mean, they're starting to play the same games as they do with those crypto guys now.
It's interesting. Look at all these alts are holding it.
Yeah, they're all
Yeah.
holding. They all. And you look at Arbitrum.
I think this, yeah, I mean, I think we can get some bounces here. Dominance coming down. This is the 4 hour.
Which would be why Bitcoin's dropping and the alts are holding. Sure,
Yeah,
that would make sense.
dominance dropping.
ETH is
Okay,
the
see,
two big
you
ones.
see,
I mean,
guys, this is what we
ETH
do. We watch BTC, we watch the levels,
Yeah.
we look at dominance, we see how these alts are going. David's got
Yeah.
some nice comments on how he watches certain alts. He wants to see how they hold versus BTC as
Yep.
well.
Yeah,
But weird enough, if you go through the totals, total 1, total 2, total 3, I'm talking small time frames, 15 minutes, they're all dropping.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I thought total 3, which excluded Bitcoin and ETH, would be okay, but it's not.
yeah.
And same thing.
So let us know in the chats if there's any more news coming
There's
out of
Albert-
JP there.
No, there's no. He's finished. Someone asked for Arbitrum.
Yeah.
Guys, don't forget to tag me on Twitter. I see I'm getting some charts coming through. I've still got 17 of these promo codes that I want to give to people that are deserving of them. And just send me good charts. I want to see your setups, gold, oil, silver, anything that you can trade on Prime XBT. Send me your charts. I want to look at them. I'll send you $100.
Yeah, I mean, how does it get better than that?
This is a buy zone coming here. I don't think there's much left after this. It's going to be price discovery for 0. I mean,
And it's still such a good project. I mean, I love Arbitrum, I have to say, but sure.
I think it's going to be a great buy here at 50 cents.
I see
You're
Tim
gonna buy it
Taylor's
down
writing, the US is pushing for all exchanges, including DEXs and including DEX to KYC to remove all US traders.
Good luck.
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
luck.
exactly.
This is not the worst area down here. I mean, it's the only area down here. If it loses this, there's no one knows where it's going. Okay, but this could present an opportunity.
Yeah, certainly can.
Okay, you can see the resistance zones here. Here's old supports. Okay, so support. Let's see what happens here. I mean, how's this candle? Yeah, how brutal was this thing? Jeez. Okay, Sol's still sitting there.
You know, the interesting thing,
Link
though,
update.
wow, how's this say? Wait, let me just see it. Let me get my phone. I was looking for the number of green coins on Bybit now. I mean, the top gainer for the day is, believe it or not, 10,000 ladies at 6%. Then we've got fourth at 5.37. I mean, normally these things, remember, I always say look for 6 double-digit gains. We've got single-digit gains. We've got like about 6. And then it's not good. But they were good trades today. I mean, from the bottom, they were good trades. Oh, look at Blue Zell. Oh, yeah. Knew it. You
Yeah,
mother.
let's deal with that.
Dylan,
Fuck, man. Sorry.
Yeah.
Tomo just poked. FYI, Tomo just poked out of the top of the wedge. Hasn't closed
well,
yet,
that's
but on the 5-minute poked up.
Go on the 15-minute there,
I
because
mean-
we were trading that 15-minute order block. Dylan. That's the one I got
Blue
stopped out on.
Zell.
That's a big move. That 15-minute order block was down
This
there at the
thing's
bottom.
going.
Eh? Yeah, it's looking. Look at the 15-minute order. Was it 15 or 5? It was 5.
Oh wow, I just got that too. That was the
Yeah, and that's
Oh,
the one I
wow.
got stopped out on. That's a huge. That's a solid move, eh? See, Dylan, I'm always picking the right coins, dude. I need you to trade. I'll tell you the coins.
You're
Because
stopped.
I always just,
Your
I always
stops
just
are the
stop.
problem. You panic too early. You must stop
I know.
panicking.
I mean, this is 11%. That's what we were looking for, Dylan. 11%.
Guys,
From
you
that
hit your
5-minute
area,
order block. Oi.
hit your area, throw the grenade, and walk away.
Yeah, that's what you said.
That's the best plan.
It,
Yeah.
it
Gotta
actually
just-
works.
no
I
stop
can't
loss.
lie.
No stop loss, 20%, 20x, pull the trigger and just walk away.
Yeah.
Man, that's a big move. That candle,
Yep.
Do you Would you mind taking a look at render again?
A
Yeah,
6.5% candle. Wow.
You know what,
Yeah.
Bruce? I think your Tomo is going to do the same. And now I'm tempted.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I think you might be right. It's doing
Okay,
it.
but guys, this is what I was saying, that a strategy that you can try and employ is to try and grab a
Throw a hand
token
grenade.
nice and low. Okay, because now it's at trend. My trade is green. I have options now. So
Yeah.
if this thing breaks, I can start adding and feel like
Yep.
there's less risk now.
Yeah.
That's why I put so much emphasis
Here we
on
go.
these lower buys.
Now, there
Bruce
goes
is
the
getting
Tomo.
excited there. He's like wiggling
No,
in
I
his
could-
chair. I think he's got a big size in there. Eh?
He loves us, but this
I
is
think it's
his
big,
this is
Bruce.
his money printing machine, eh? This is so
Yeah,
he can go and
yeah.
party and play music.
Exactly.
I think Bruce has got a nice size in there.
I'm
Aye.
working on it. Working on it.
There it
Ah, there it goes. Look at it. There it goes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on. Okay.
I'm
What's
I'm
our
at
adding level, Bruce?
47%.
Where are we adding here?
On the retracement. Let it come back. Draw the trend line from the bottom, from where you went down the wick way down, and hopefully it'll
render's
retrace
ripping.
back. Yeah. Yeah. I'm up
Okay,
for-
my
I'm up
Tomo's
40
looking
I'm up
good.
for-
It's looking good.
I'm up 40%. I'm pretty high leverage, but I'm up 40% on this already. So I'm pretty happy.
I believe you are.
Yeah.
Okay,
Should
so
have
guys,
thrown
when
the
you see
grenade, like
something
you
moving
said.
like this, if
Yeah.
you're looking for something to run out of steam, you can just pull a trend up there and just start tracking the trend as well.
Yep.
And you can just monitor it as you go.
Yeah.
It's got lots of work to do. So just because it's broken trend, like I was saying earlier, we've seen a lot of situations. We get the trend breaks, then we get the rejections. So
Yeah.
you've got to just be careful. You got to look at your resistance zones. You got to identify areas where you know that you can TP or that you might get a rejection. Okay.
Yeah.
So often you can just use the candles as a guide. So these are areas to watch. Even this one is one. Okay.
Yep.
So those are your zones. If we pull out order blocks, they might even tie in. Yeah. Okay. So
Yep.
that's kind of what
That's
you're doing.
resistance it's hitting now.
Okay. So we
It's
just
gonna
go
have to
level
fight
by
for the way
level.
up.
Watch these
Yep.
zones. Okay. But the
Yep.
minute it gets support, then we get excited again. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, render. Look at
Oh.
this.
Oh,
Craig,
wow.
did you
Render's
get it?
looking great.
I missed
I
that.
got
I
it,
mean, it was
got it.
retesting. It was retesting.
Even Link, they're all moving. Injectors only just started moving.
How's optimism? Let's do optimism update.
Optimism too.
There it goes.
Oh,
I
God,
think-
Now, if you were on the Discord and you got the alarm, did you get the alarm? Please let me know. I put it there for you.
Wow.
I need to know if you guys got this. His soul, how weak is soul lately? Just doesn't do anything. Need to prod it with a stick. Check that order block for Link. So Craig likes to buy order block to order block.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, not the worst area.
So wait, did you enter your long, Bruce, on Tomo?
What's that?
Yeah, he had it. Yeah, he had it. You could hear by his
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah, I got.
Well in that. We were well
Just
in
making sure.
that.
Well, yeah. The
Oh,
truth be
looking
told,
good.
this is. I thought it was going to do this last night, and obviously it didn't. So this is sweet revenge.
Look, sometimes we have to kiss a few frogs, you know.
Yes, we do.
Sometimes you get stopped
We
a couple
do.
of times.
We do.
Part of the game. Okay,
Yeah.
guys, give us some coins you
Bill,
want me to
just
look at
before-
for this
Just
weekend.
before you go there, I've seen two comments now. Maybe you can just comment to it about these alerts. So Marcus just said, I get the impression I don't get all the alerts. And I got a message earlier, which I just sent through to Josh, saying sniper setups alerts. Some coins say post has reached maximum members. Will these allow for more at any time? That was from a guy called BM. So is there a limit on the number of alerts?
Look, not that I know of. So Josh will have to get around that for us.
Yeah.
Wow,
you see, even
guys,
David,
I
even
actually
David's
feel-
saying get alarms for OP, and we've got to get there's something going on. He went trading bone. That's from Shib. I think Shib did. I saw a
Guys.
big move. Yeah.
Somebody asked about Sui in the chat. Okay, this
Oh,
is an old
nice.
fib pool. Okay, you can see it's so low. We obviously pulled it somewhere else. Okay, you can see we pulled it when it was over there. But look at this. I mean, that actually must be a 786 down there. Yeah, I mean, this is absolute perfection. I just watched too many coins. Like, this isn't even on my Discord list. I think we get rid of the junk. Let's get rid of the absolute junk. 1 inch, ZIL.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you don't have to update all those
SUI,
things all the
we
time,
add
mate. You need to update
SUI.
the stuff that we're working with. You need
Yeah.
a few
Yeah.
10,000 lady coins in there.
I got to do a proper audit here. Yeah, this is ridiculous because if I was watching this every day, guys, we would have caught this. Look at this. We had the rising trend and we had this descending trend as the perfect support buy on a 786. I mean, there's nothing in this world that makes me feel better than that. It's like comes into the science and we just send it from there. It's just beautiful.
Hashtag science.
I'm really depressed about
there's
this.
another comment here from Greg. Saw max members as well.
Okay, guys, we'll sort that out. But yeah, I mean, these alarms are such gold. If we had the Sui set up, I would have hit you with an alarm in there. It's a pity it's gone. Okay, what else we got?
So that looks like it might have been the SFP on Bitcoin. I would assume alts bounce here, but
Dave, I needed you there. I wanted to buy. I was ready.
I took a long on Gala at 1906.
I needed you to give me the go ahead.
It's just you don't know with the way U.S. markets work, but it seems like now, the way it's looking, with dominance coming down, probably see a small bounce of
Yeah, there it
alts,
goes. Jeez.
and then market close. It'll probably be a retracement.
This is so ridiculous.
Tomo, Bluzal,
But guys, this is what we were looking for. So just to explain to you, when David says SFP, I call it a fake out. Some people call it a deviation. Call it whatever you want. But they come for you. They come to these areas and they start dipping you just below to take out some of these stops because they know there's stops sitting under here. And it's called a swing failure pattern, deviation, fake out. And the intention is just to wipe you out here. And then they send it back up again. And it happens time and time again. So that's why David is such an expert at this. He likes to zoom in, even on the 5 minutes. He'll zoom in 5 minute, 15-minute candles, and he'll wait for that. That's why I'm enjoying these sessions with you guys, because I wasn't always in front of my PC at this time, and we had a lot of action at these times. This is very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, renders cooking, OP's going.
I think they're all cooking here. Yeah.
Tomo.
Bill, you had a Tomo position, didn't you?
Correct, and I still do.
Yep, and you should keep it. It's
Nice.
cracking
I'm gonna hold
through
this
those
for
little levels.
for 20% move into Sunday. Okay, let's look for more charts. We've got SUI, we've done Lido, that's a good one. Rollbit, yeah, let's look at Rollbit, H bar. Okay, Lido, what have you got for us here?
You need to do Psi. I answered a real dumb answer to someone in the community. Sorry. He says, can you chart it? I thought he meant, where do you chart it? I'm going, yes, you can do it on Barbit.
Okay, so Lido, I think Lido runs with ETH, or, you know, they somehow linked, and ETH is so boring lately. And I think that might have to do with some of this Lido weakness.
From my understanding, what Miles explained in one of his shows, Lido is the biggest holder of ETH. So if ETH moves, they move the biggest volume for ETH.
Biggest staker, I think.
Correct.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so yeah, Lido, here's a trend. Okay, this is a trend buy. You can see this trend goes back to July 22. So that's potentially a good area. You can see the last time it came to this trend, look at this bounce of the 786 here. They sent it right back up. So potential trend buy here. Otherwise, 786 should be a good reaction. And then, you know, I love these weekly areas. So when things get dark, which they might still in the next couple of weeks, we might be getting buys down here, 1.15, 0.88. So yeah, mark that on your charts there. H bar, I saw we had a 200-day MA move on H bar. Let's see again. Not too bad. Okay, so H bar's been quiet since that news, but this looks interesting. Got this trend situation here. Oh, it's lost this trend. Look, if there's no more news or no more catalyst for H bar, I wouldn't get too excited about it. It went into the doldrums for a very long time, and it took this Toyota situation to sort it out. You can see the way the other alts are reacting. It looks like guys are focused on things like AI, for example, because of this NVIDIA results, and they're all big on AI and things like that. So maybe there's a bit of more attention on these type of things. I don't know if you've heard anything more on H bar, but it's not doing much today, as you can see. Is it a good area here? Yes, it's not bad. 618 and the 200-day there. Not the worst. Might react with the market in general, but I think there might be better movers potentially. PLS, is that pulse chain? Oh, surely we can't look at PLS here.
No, you can't even chart it. Dill, yeah, Psy, and then we need to look at SHIB. I know Marcus Wagner will be like, what are you guys doing? It looks like people moving from Pepe into SHIB, and then and the Bone coin, because that's definitely a top performer on centralized exchanges today.
Okay, how cool is this? Lots of circles, but anyway, just another classic example. Push into resistance, rejection. Push into resistance, rejection. Again and again and again and again. You know, one of the research guys here is short. He must be loving this.
I wonder if he's still holding his short.
He must be loving this.
Yeah.
He's literally sending this to zero. Sure. Okay, so we've got a new resistance zone now. There. Mini one. And then we've got this guy over here that you need to keep your eyes on. So these are short opportunity zones for this SEI. He was keen to short it because he didn't think, you know, he was shorting the die down of the hype. Okay, so they understand very well the way these token launches go. And a lot of the time you can short these things once they've launched and they've pumped a little bit. So that was his plan.
Yeah, he was saying that the market cap, I mean, I'll tell you now because I know the numbers, but he said to me the market cap, we're sitting currently at 1.4 billion, call it. He said we needed to be at 800 million. So that would be another 500 million off of here. So that's another 30-40% still.
Okay, so there's some opportunity there potentially that you could look at, resistance zones for shorts. 0.1397 or 0.14 and 0.1420, somewhere around there. Oh, cool. David L says he got alarms for Rune and OP. Well, hopefully you got the trade. Let us know.
So it seems like I was just asked Josh to send me a voice note because I don't quite understand what he's saying. But it seems like only 500 people can get an alarm on a token. Seems like. So, and I guess there's a lot more people.
That's no good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
Use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, it is. Look, it is trial right now. I mean, we're just trialing it.
Look, we are testing. Yeah, I'm sure they can figure out a way. We're also bringing the same thing. It's going to come out on Telegram as well. So there'll be a few ways that you'll get the alarm. Arweave and Filecoin,
Wow.
biggest disappointments so far. So this has lost a key level. This is now resistance. So best it reclaim this, or this thing's really coming down. Let's zoom out. It's got nowhere to go.
Shakalaka.
It's over. Jeez,
Bluezell
this
is
is not
just
good.
going.
This is not a good look.
Bluezell
This is not a good look, guys. I think there's a short opportunity on Arweave on any strength, unless there's a fundamental catalyst in the market over the next bit. I don't know what it would be that everyone turns bullish all of a sudden and everything starts ripping. I think there's a short opportunity here for Arweave, and it's like price discovery in reverse, basically. So look out for that. I mean, Arweave's going to have to come out with some kind of news or something to stop this, to stop the carnage. Some kind of partnership or deal or something. Yeah, you can see how it bounced off this zone, this 4.2. Look how strong those buys were, okay? Now there's no buyers left there anymore, okay?
Oh,
The
Tomo
buyers
is
are
ripping.
gone.
Yep. There you go.
It is indeed.
Mhm.
Yo.
Oh,
I
yeah.
knew I had to get Tomo in early today. I knew it. That's so good. Okay, awesome.
Yep. Yep.
Hopefully some of you guys got Tomo.
A couple of people did, according to the chat.
I got it as
Looks
well.
like
Good guys.
renders
Good.
also looks.
Good.
Hopefully, it's gonna break that resistance. We're just watching candle
Must
close.
just- It must just pump into Sunday. We just want 36 hours or something of pump. That's all we need. Not
That
asking
may
for
be
much.
Wow.
asking a bit much.
Not asking for much. Just non-stop
All
green
right, all
candle.
right. I love your optimism.
Okay, would you guys short BLZ if it comes to the previous high? It's probably not a bad shot. At some point, BLZ runs out of buyers, it runs out of news, it runs out of steam. And just like Rune, you're going to get your opportunity. I think Jackie got our Rune short as well. And the news has died on Rune. And
See
Rune
that
is slowly
BLZ, I can't
drifting
believe it, Bill.
lower.
That was my saving trade, bro.
Told you, throw that grenade, Craig, and walk away.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is just what a
Bill,
move, eh?
I got the short and I got the long run. So now I'm waiting to see
Oh,
what happens.
lovely. Okay. Nice. I thought you were going to short that thing to zero.
The plan is to short it to zero, but it depends on which side of this triangle breaks first now.
Yeah, look, I think there's nothing wrong with a recovery bounce, but now Rune is sort of back in the grouping of general market tokens, so it will move with the market. The news stuff has been sold out, so I think it might be a nice net short.
Definitely.
Jesus,
No,
Blue
the short
Zell.
is definitely the bigger side.
So you know what scares me about Bluezell and Cass, and why I maybe don't trade these as well as I should, is the moves, the wicks, and the volatility is so high that like you can quickly go minus like quite bad in a trade. And it's not like the best feeling. I mean, look at these wicks. I mean, just that wick alone is 3%. Okay, just from that candle to there, it's 3.2%. So if you're trading 10x, 15x, there's pressure there, you know. It's not a nice, comfortable situation. That's why I was saying Craig must just throw the grenade and walk away there on a high leverage, like, what was it, a 20? Because they're going to liquidate you at about 3 or 4% on 20x.
I feel like this is one of those
Yeah.
projects where you map out your trade, you get your stop loss and your entry level right, and then you hit yourself over the head with something heavy and put your entry where your stop loss is going to be. You know?
Yeah, but that's
Correct.
the thing. Like Bluezell, I
Correct.
literally had stop at entry. Once he moved away, I said, right, stop loss at entry. You don't want to lose money on the trade now. And then dips back in to my, because I was staggering down, so exactly into the order block, and then now freaking 15%.
So guys, Chris just made such an amazing point, and it's quite a difficult thing to do, but to be patient and wait for that. But if you put your entry where most people are putting their stop losses, just think about that. They come for the stop losses, just like we saw in BTC with the swing failure pattern. So if you identify a low, you know everyone's got their stops under that low. Put your entry lower down, okay? And more often than not, you're going to catch it. And this is exactly how, for example, I could have played this blue zone. But look at these wicks. It's 3%, 3%. So if you put it like below the 618, sure, you're going to miss some trades, obviously. But occasionally you're going to get these ones. So somebody asked about a short on blue Zell. So you can see it's starting to top off. It's starting to get tired. So where would I look for shorts? I'd first identify resistance zones. Okay, so that's clear. If it gets that high. Then we got this sort of region there to watch. Let's pull some fibs from this high. Let's see what we get out of this. 786. Look at that. The science just will never escape us. Okay, so pressure at the 786. What you often see with these breakouts, let me just get rid of some of these lines here. So you get these breakout of these trends. You reject at a fib and a horizontal, and then it comes back and tests like another nice fib level, and then you get that move. It happens so often. And then the fake outs, like we saw with Rune earlier today. Oh, this render's looking nice. Look at this Rune example again. Breaks the trend, rejection immediately, and they send you back down. Got to be careful of those. Let's see how Tomo is speaking of that. Okay, no rejection yet. Bruce, I'm loving this.
Nope. Yeah. Yeah, it retraced a little bit on the 5 minute, but it's pushing right back up. So it's if it clears all the if you look on the chart, you'll see a whole lot of hang on one sec, let me get to it.
I mean, there's a long way up here. Really.
Yeah, it's a long way up, right? But there's a couple, or you can see I don't have the order blocks on, but I can see where there's a couple levels will be order blocks, like 3 of them, and once it clears that you're gonna clear sailing.
Yeah, this is quite a strong area. 1.13. 1.13, guys.
Yeah, that'd be a first TP if you wanted to, but I'm with Dylan that I mean I think we can. I'm going to wait for it to come all the way back up to that area right there, that same area, because that's where the last node port was, which will now be resistance.
What's that area?
Okay,
Just mark it out there.
Which area? This guy.
Yep.
1.13.
You want to see this? This guy, yeah, 1.13. So just front run it a bit. Guys, remember, if you're doing a TP and whatever, don't put your amount exactly on the fib. Just always front run it a little bit. Front run your resistance zones. Otherwise, you guys are going to grab it there before you. Somebody got Tomo at 1.05. That was a good buy. Well done.
Yeah.
Fetch. Let's look at Fetch. Let's see how Fetch is doing.
Yep.
Still sitting at resistance, guys. No change here. Okay, excuse all the drawings. So there is an alarm here. It's also on Discord, so you should get pinged if it breaks that area. Tron. Do we look at Tron here? Or maybe Jackie likes Tron. You haven't missed Cass, Uzi. Thanks for bringing up Cass. Let's do Cass, and then Jackie's going to give you Tron and some BNB. Yes, say pushing into that rejection zone. Okay, here we go. So what I liked about Cass today was actually more downside. And Cass seems to always do its own thing versus the rest of the market for some reason. So for me, I've got more conviction down here. Not that I really trade Cass very well, but I think your buy zone down here is 0.0363, somewhere in that area. And you can see why I like it. There's a nice cluster over there. So I'd like to revisit that. Let's see what we got with order blocks and things. A bit lower down. Okay, so we know we got support a lot lower down, 0.034. But as a bounce zone, I do like this little cluster here. I do like this area, 0.0363. It's not bad. And then you've got the trend you can watch as well. So if you're not sure, you can also just let it play out, and then you can do that. Okay, so there are two options there for you. You don't always have to buy the support. I just love buying the support. It's the riskier move, though, obviously, guys. Just reading some questions here. Dylan, do you put a stop loss when setting those limit orders? I actually do. Like I had a limit order set for it was render. Yeah, it was render in the middle of the night for me. Let me show you where it was. It was set down here just above the 618. And I preset a stop lower down to exit me if it didn't work. So yeah, you can do that. Panka says, I have a feeling BTC will do some scary shit tonight. I believe it might. I believe it might. Jackie, do you want to hit us with some Tron there?
Yeah, I'm actually looking at it right now. It actually looks really good.
Tron us immediately.
Okay, this might be one of those long-term plays that actually get you some nice gains. Sending it to zero, obviously. Let me just get my chart up here quickly. Tell me if you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Okay, so first things first, we see this very nice trend on the 1 hour. What I'm seeing currently on the 1 hour chart is we have a few things saying that we could break trend right now. This was a 236 bounce, but this small retest here, that's a 618 on the downside. So that tells me, okay, there's more momentum coming down. Stocks have started making their way down, and we're very close to the trend. Usually that means there could be a potential breakout of the trend. If the stock is very high or very low, and we're touching the trend, that's generally room for breakout. We can see that normal RSI is more or less at the equilibrium, like right in the middle. So that means volume can go anywhere. So it depends on how it reacts to this trend line. We have no volume coming in right now. So a shock in volume could send us flying down from this point. I don't see much strength in Tron right now, given that this high right here is a lower high compared to this one over here. So based off of those three structural elements in the price action, we could see a break down to possibly retest the 200-day MA. And now this is where it gets nice and juicy. Zoom out to the daily time frame. You got some more science going on here. So if that short happens on the 1 hour and we end up pulling back to the 200 MA, that is the 50 mark. So we could go up from this point, but we know how the 200 reacts. Usually a cross of the 200 shoots price in the direction that has the strongest support. So in this case, because we are looking at a short bias, we could see a break of this trend on the daily time frame as well, and that could be the ultimate trade. So this could be a nice setup to build us up on the 1 hour for the bigger trade break to the downside as well. On the daily time, we can see as well RSI is at equilibrium, stochastics topped out. So we should be making our way down. There's no volume in Tron right now on the daily. So that's usually a good sign as well. We've had a long move up, no volume coming in. So generally that means this move was not supported to the top side. Think back to the Bitcoin drop that we saw on, what was it, Thursday, 2 weeks ago now. This was the setup. So price went up, lack of volume generally means that, you know, this last bit of move was not supported. So the next bit of volume should send us in the opposite direction to what price was moving. I've seen this happen on 2 or 3 occasions now, and I'm pretty confident that that is what will happen on the daily time frame for this chart. We've also got quite a few bit of touches on Tron, so that's a nice setup to see as well. So the sweet spot is, if the 1 hour short plays out, you watch what happens the 200 MA. If it rejects 200 MA, it's also rejecting a trend. So that's the sweet trade that you want to be in.
So what's your 1 hour entry there for the short? What's the
Let's
number?
go back. So 1 hour would be break of 1 hour trend. So you're looking at a area of 30, no, not 30, 7.6 cents.
Nice. Okay, and you waiting to lose the trend, and is it the retest you want, or are you happy to enter when the trend gets broken?
Happy to enter when the trend gets broken. On this first trend break, we could potentially see a retest. It's not a very strong trend as we can see. There's only been 3 touches. However, on the weekly, not on the weekly, on the daily trend, we could just be happy with a drop of the bigger trend, given that the 200 MA is usually like a trampoline, you know?
Yeah.
So
okay, and then you can see why his stop is that high if you look at that resistance zone on the left there as well. That's nice. So
yeah,
you're giving yourself some breathing room. It's a big resistance zone. So maybe just careful for the fake out, if anything, but I love the setup. Yeah, it's very cool.
definitely. And then let me give you guys the BNB update. So yeah, I'm actually bullish on BNB right now. Reason being, we actually have good volume coming in. This is a head and shoulders that is playing out on the 4 hour inverse. So right shoulder, head, starting to form a right shoulder now. So that, along with this trend line, it's a 382 bounce. So that's good signs for me to see. Stock
Jackie,
is also
sorry to
about
interrupt.
to.
Could you, I don't mean to interrupt. Could you zoom in a little bit? It's kind of hard to see. It's really
Okay,
small.
cool.
Thanks.
Cool. So we've got trend line
Oh, there we
support at
Yeah.
382. Stocks are about to break back. The RSI is in the middle at equilibrium, and then the one that made it sweet here for me, if you remember your stream with Sam, Dill, I tried to see his theory and see if it would play out here. So if we go to the daily time frame just to see where the 200 is right now, 200 is way above us, right? So naturally, the disposition for shorts and this area is not very strong because the 200 is so high above price. So then I was like, okay, let's see where his 21 EMA is, because that's the one that he was highlighting. So we bring up the 200 of the 21 day, you can see that it's around about 230. So that would be the ideal TP target area. You can see that I've got the TP a little bit higher because that's at the last sort of resistance level. But the ideal area is the 21 MA. And then hoping that it bounces on the 21 MA a little higher, but ultimately consolidating in this area on the 21 MA. And I'm happy with what I'm seeing. Daily stock is going up. RSI is a bit oversold right now. So all of these things are lining up for me on the daily time frame. So I am quite happy to be long on the 4 hour right now. Okay.
Nice. I'm also long BNB, Jackie. I've just the minute this thing gets a little bit hot, I reckon it's going to squeeze very hard. People have been shorting this thing for days, hasn't done anything. Can you imagine the amount of stop losses sitting up here?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for a squeeze. I'm sitting in a small BNB. I'm very patient. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Look, just to keep you guys sane and sanity and all of the stop loss risk management things, just remember we're still in a very, very vulnerable area with BNB right now. We aren't out of the woods until this move has played out. Be open to this. But yeah, this is a higher high in comparison to this, so there is strength for this. But yeah, low leverage. I wouldn't go very high on this one.
Yeah, just play it cool. But yeah, I mean, I like the idea because everyone's just been shorting, and they're gonna get wrecked. Okay, guys, 2 more charts. I see the Dixie's rejecting in a nice area that we looked at earlier. And then I've got a request for R-Weave, and there was a request for guys, please check. I can't remember now. Slipped my mind. Somebody wanted Aave. Okay, so this is the Dixie reversing, so that's quite cute. You can see this resistance zone here. We're looking for a move back down, potentially to retest that wick 103.7. Let's do Aave. Oh, and Dot. Dot was actually a good one. Dot's pushing into a resistance area that we needed to be aware of. Okay, Aave. Oh, and we must tie Aave in with Curve, guys. Curve's at a really interesting area too. And when the market recovers, Curve and Aave will recover with it quite quickly, I think, quite aggressively. So you need to watch. Okay, so we're on support. This is a low to be aware of there. So let's put a little trend up. Use the trend. Okay, so we watch this trend as our sort of last support level. But I do like the 786 here, not bad. And then maybe we get that move. If things turn south, you're going to get the trigger because you're going to lose the trend. Then you know things are not working out. Then the pushback into this area will give you your entry. So if it loses the trend, push up a little bit, then you know what to do. Jackie's just giving you a lecture on shorting Trump. It's the same, pretty much the same principle here. We use the trend, we push up 786, we banging into a downtrend and the old rising trend as resistance. 786 could be a nice short opportunity if that trend's lost. If we want to be bullish, you could try and get a sneaky buy in here, stop under your candle. If you feel the market's now going to push up, okay, stop under this, it's an 8-hour candle, and then see what happens at trend. And then your safest buy would be the retest of trend. So if it breaks, retest, that's probably your safest buy. And then I like this 618 for a rejection area. Okay, so Dot, I've been watching Dot for days. It actually does quite nicely on occasion. It prints a nice candle here and there. But we're still fighting this area. So until we break up here, I'm not that interested in Dot, especially not here where it is. So the plan for me, watch this trend on Dot. If we lose it, we can start looking down here because this is going to be a nice resistance zone. If we break up, nice support, very nice support, and then we push up to the next area. So Dot, there's no trade here right now for me.
Dill, have
Yeah.
you looked at DYDX recently?
Yes, it's been super strong. We might get a short out of this thing.
You're
Let me
looking
show
for a
you
short?
why.
Okay.
Let me show you why. I was saying the other day, this coin's been really strong, and David actually picked up, there was a big buyer. Dave, we must figure out what that thing was, where you got that info. We might be able to use it here for everybody. But there was a big buy on DYDX. Remember that one day we were talking about it? It was down here, it popped up, retested, and just didn't stop. Now, we were saying there might be another move on this thing, but it's going to struggle here at the 200-day. So we've had this little flag. It's been looking quite nice today. You know, even though we've had this BTC being all choppy, it's held really well here. I like this 200-day and resistance zone as a rejection area. Okay, so watch out for this one. This could be a big rejection zone. Yeah, pullback areas 382, 618 to watch. And then if you want to be long on DYDX, zoom into it. Okay, so let's look at these 15 minutes. Let's put the scalping hat on, and you can play this flag. Geez, how's these candles, guys? What? Oh. So let's look at this. Okay, so we got something to deal with here. I think whatever move we get higher, it's not going to be, it's going to have a problem here. I mean, I'm not saying it's not going to blow through it, but your risk for that move, it's a 3% to like quite a big rejection zone. So just be aware of that. If you're not in from lower down, it's a hell of a move into that zone.
Yeah, it's almost, looks like it reclaimed that trend line that it lost from the low. So a potential short would be a small entry then on that 200 MA, and then double up if we lose trend again.
Yeah, so I just like this area as a whole, as a rejection zone. I mean, you can see why. It's going to be like the market's going to have to be incredible for these L's to stop breaking out of these big areas, you know. So I have set an alarm here, guys. You should get this alarm on Discord. So we will work on the issue there, but you can see the alarm's here. So if it pings here, I want you guys to get a notification, and then you can decide, is this thing bullish? Is it going to blow through this? Because remember, there'll also be stops here. Okay, so we might be able to take out a lot of these stops above this area. Okay, or it's just going to reject just before and come down. Okay, so you'll get your alarm, hopefully. Okay, guys, shall we wrap it up? I'm happy
Yeah.
if you guys want to stay on longer.
I think so. I think so,
no,
Dill.
that's
You got a
good.
birthday?
Yeah.
You got a
Run.
birthday tomorrow?
Yeah.
It is my birthday tomorrow. I'm
Happy
taking the
birthday.
day off. Thanks, guys. And then I'm back on Sunday with Sheldon. We got MDX. I think there's a couple of other guests for the World Series of Trading. It's the last day of the competition. So hopefully we have a green weekend, because we want these things to rip so that we can finish. We want to finish well. I went from 20th to 105th with those stops yesterday. Earlier today, I was back at like 77. If we have a green couple of days, I think I can maybe get a top 20 again. Let's see how we go. So let's hope we have a green weekend, or I'm going to be, like I said, number 500 or whatever the story is. So let's see how we go. Okay, guys.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll see you on the weekend.
Thanks,
Nice.
everybody. Great
And
Thank
thanks for
you.
that, Tomo, Bruce. What a setup, eh?
Yeah,
So
thanks.
far, so
Paid
Chris.
for
good.
my lunch.
Riding it to the
Okay.
moon, man. Riding it to the moon.
Cheers, guys.
If Tomo goes well, I'll be
Jackie,
top